Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another severe weather in Norman weather outlook for this week. We have an enhanced risk of severe weather Sunday, a slight risk of severe weather on Tuesday, some hot and cool temperatures to talk about as well. So let's get started with that. In Norman, we're looking at record high temperatures today and tomorrow. The forecast high for today is 94. The record also 94. Tomorrow, the record is 96. The forecast high is 95. Again, record high temperatures today and tomorrow in Norman, Oklahoma. As for Sunday, it's going to finally cool down, but in order for that to happen, the cold front has to come through, and a significant chance of severe weather is in play as we head into Sunday evening across much of eastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, and western Arkansas. Lots of severe wind will be the primary threat here, especially as these supercells begin to consolidate, and that consolidation is expected to happen very quickly into a line of severe thunderstorms where wind is the primary threat. Hail is also possible, and embedded tornadoes within that line, as well as in the early stages of supercell early with this evolution. Looking at the radar at 10 p.m. on the NAM model, we see that the storms are over western Oklahoma, making their way towards eastern Oklahoma as we head towards midnight. Again, we do have that low pressure system set up over central Oklahoma, and with that being the case, we generally watch the area near the low in front of the line of storms for potential tornadic activity. And as we see on the sounding here, a tornado is definitely not out of the question with the environmental conditions at play. Dew points nearing 70. We have very strong CAPE values above 2,000. Only a little bit of SIN, that's the opposite of CAPE. It's not good in the atmosphere. CAPE gives us energy for these tornadoes. There's a good amount of shear. The shear values at least at 30 knots or more in the lower levels. And then as we head into the upper levels, up into the 70s, up to 8 kilometers in the atmosphere, that means that tornadoes are certainly not out of the question. We take a look at the hodograph. That's that thing up in the right-hand corner, and it's relatively curved, which means there is that rotation and shear in the atmosphere favorable for a potential tornado, and therefore we will be watching very closely the evolution of Sunday night into Monday and how that could occur. As we head into Tuesday, another threat of severe weather shows up over Oklahoma. The question of how far west these storms are is still up in the air, but the European model brings it further to the west, GFS further to the east. I'm going to show the GFS with you guys today, although it's the least likely between the GFS and the European. We're just waiting for the NAM to come in, which that'll get in range probably around Sunday or so, maybe Saturday if we're lucky. Again, a few tornadoes, large hail, severe wind, all of those threats possible as we head from Tuesday into Wednesday. At 1 a.m., we have generally the line of storms is over eastern Oklahoma, much of Kansas and Texas in that line as well. Taking a look at the sounding at Norman for this time, again, tornado is possible. We have a little bit of a curve. The CAPE isn't as high as it was. The dew point isn't as high as it was. There's a little bit more SIN, and there's a little bit less shear. And that's basically all negatives as compared to what we're going to be dealing with on Sunday night here in Oklahoma. This is all slightly less intense than that. It's still notable enough that severe weather will likely be occurring, but it's not as high as what it is in the event we have significant activity occurring on Sunday. At least as it stands right now, lots of things can change. That's where we're at on that. Our current forecast for temperatures, again, after we go through this hot spell here, we're going to be highs around 80, lows around 60s to start the week, highs in the mid 70s, lows in the mid 50s as we head towards the middle of the week. And then for next weekend, look at this, highs around 70 and those lows going to be in the mid 40s. That's going to be very nice to have. That's all for now. Chris Dixon, InfoWeather, Catholic Media.